Hey, I just did something that really, really scared me. I know it's going to sound ridiculous because I've done a lot of things that kind of scare me, but this thing sounds simple and just really, really wasn't. So I'm going to share it with you. Do you want to hear it? Basically, I have been leading the Bigger Bolder Badass, a group of people through my Bigger Bolder Badass program. And we're to the point in the program where we're each creating our own little choose your own adventure piece. And it's something that is outside your comfort zone, that is a tiny bit more exciting than it is scary, and something that's not gonna really change your life if you don't master it, right? So, like with um, my Surfing Your Edge experience retreat that I've got coming up in August, we're going to go learn to surf. And the reason we go and learn to surf is because it was the thing that scared me the most when I created it. I have had a lifelong fear of open water. And so I've tried several different ways to manage that fear, including, swimming open water triathlons. And decided that the next level up, which was to go try to learn to surf in the ocean and um, take a bunch of people with me and all of us be scared together. And not all of my participants at the retreat are scared of surfing or scared of open water. Some of them are, more afraid of going to a foreign country or more afraid of leaving their kids for the first time or something like that. They're not always afraid of the same things that I am, but each of us is stepping out of our comfort zone and going on this retreat to play with our fears and to learn about ourselves playing with these fears and to bring what we learn home and use that to change the rest of our lives. So the Bigger Bolder Badass program does that by letting people stay home, but we're each going to create our own adventure that simulates what we do on the retreat, in that we each go off and do something that is a little bit scary and a little bit exciting. And today I took my very first voice lesson. I know it sounds silly, but I have been afraid of singing in public since elementary school. The very first thing I did publicly, like I think it was when I was in kindergarten or first grade, I was in a talent show at my elementary school, and I had one of those ventriloquist dummies, and I sang Yankee Doodle Dandy, holding my ventriloquist dummy, and had a friend who was behind the curtain who was supposed to be singing with me so that you would hear two voices, which I thought was funny, but I couldn't hear her. So that was the last time I sang in public. I was so embarrassed. It didn't go the way I wanted it to, and I haven't sung alone. I haven't sung alone in public since then. So the reason I chose singing is because I feel like singing and dancing are two of the things that the human body was designed to do in order to express joy, right? And so denying myself the ability to sing or dance is in some ways limiting my ability to fully experience this human body and what it's like to be joyful in this human body. So that's the reason why I chose it. The reasons why it scares me is that I don't like to make mistakes in public. I do it a lot now as a practice. Um, it's part of my brand. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's just part of who I am now, to do things in public and to do them imperfectly, in part to give permission to other people to be imperfect and to try things just because it's fun. So I don't like to make mistakes in public, but I do practice that. And then I also kind of have this idea that because your voice is something you're born with, you should just know how to use it. So part of me feels kind of stupid that I need somebody to teach me how to sing, but apparently I'm not the only one. I was reminded today in my lesson that we all have to learn how to use all of our body parts, and we learn to talk, we learn to walk, we learn to surf, we learn to do whatever it is we learn to do, including singing. So the other thing that made this singing thing kind of the challenge for me is that I chose my voice instructor to be one of my best friends, someone I've known since I was 13, 12 or 13, I think 13, and who is a professional musician and voice teacher and has done a lot with a lot of people around voice. And so I was really embarrassed and nervous to make silly, ugly sounds in front of this person. But I showed up, he showed up, and we did our thing. And it was actually quite a bit of fun. And he helped me feel relaxed. And I'm actually quite hopeful. I was able to make a few sounds that weren't horrible. And I've made a few sounds in the few minutes since the lesson has been over that I didn't think were horrible. So I don't know how many lessons we're going to do. We're going to do at least I think we're going to do at least 8 before I go on my retreat. And I will probably continue after that because it just seems like this could be really fun. So what thing have you thought about that would be a lot of fun and you haven't done? And why haven't you done it? And I just want to encourage you that if there's something that you'd like to try and you haven't, figure out what's holding you back. And then just take one little tiny step in the direction of the thing that you think you might like to do. And if you'd like support in figuring out how to get there, let me know. All right, that was it for me. Have a great day. I'm wishing you wonder. Bye. Uh-oh, I clicked the wrong corner. Okay, now I'm going. Bye.